Hey everybody, let's take a look at problem number 9. It's the equilateral triangle, and it talks again about the triangle's area increasing. So we know we're talking about change in area with respect to time, and we're talking about the length of each side as well. So key thing is it's equilateral, so the equal sides and bottom are all x's. And later on in our problem, we start looking at some relationships with h and x. Half the bottom would be half x. Anyways, area triangle. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Now, our problem only has 2 rates in it, but yet we have 3 variables. So like the last problem we talked about, we have to be able to relate base and height to each other somehow because we want to keep the area in the problem. So base is probably what we want to keep because base also represents the length of a side. So how do you get rid of height? And if you draw a right angle triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The right triangle is half x squared, h squared, and x squared. You can see that we can relate heights and x's, heights and sides. So once we have that relationship, we can take our formula, base times height divided by 2, and substitute in. The whole base was x, the height of the triangle is root 3 over 2x, and then base times height divided by 2. So step 1 is always get the number of variables equal to the number of rates. Once we're there, we don't want to solve the problem yet because we need to solve the problem for the instant in time. And before we do that, we need rates. So we talked about change in area with respect to time. So it's dA dt respect to time. Derivative of x squared is 2x. Again, x with respect to time is dx dt. Root 3 over 4 is just a constant. So we just clean that up. Step 1, variables match the rates. Step 2, we got the rates in the problem. Step 3 is now the moment in time. Well, this is now Shrek math because we're adding the extra layer here. You are not told directly the height this time. You are told the area of the triangle. So the area of the triangle indirectly gives you the value of x. Because in your formula, area equals root 3 over 4x squared. If you know the area, you can solve for x. And doing the math, we find that x, at the moment of time that you have your given area, x is 40. And also in our problem at the very start, you're told the change in area is increasing at 14 centimeters squared per minute. Putting in x, putting in your rate that you know, we can solve for dx dt. So again, plug in, simplify a little bit, 40 divided by 2, divide both sides by 20 root 3, clean it up, and if you want decimals, you change your exact answer to decimals. All right, that's number 9.